Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah, Quadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace, salutations, and blessings be unto the hopeful elect, pushing his truth in sincerity throughout the four corners of the globe in the sincere hopes of being delivered in these last days. Now, this is going to be a very brief video, and inspiration for this video is drawn from this short clip that you see here on the screen, taken from, a larger interview conducted with Dennis Meadows. And as you can see here from the description, Dennis Meadows is one of the original members of the Club of Rome. All right. And the Club of Rome is basically one of the foundational organizations that gave, life to companies such as, or organizations, if you will, such as, the World Economic Forum, so on and so forth. And he also, was the author of a book that went by the name of Limits of Growth, or Limits to Growth. And this book, was basically, very controversial at the time of its release, because he delves into, the whole depopulation agenda. And he's definitely, an advocate for that cause. All right. And you're going to find that out during the brief snippet, from this interview. All right. Now, as you can see in the title, it says Dennis Meadows, how the population must be reduced to 1 to 2 billion, achieved by pandemics. All right. Which shows you that, this pandemic that was experienced, upon the earth was absolutely, planned. All right. It was absolutely planned. And, the effort was put together in order to reduce, population. All right. It was put together to reduce, population and take out as many individuals as possible. All right. Which is so far, when you survey, the damage. All right. It has done a great job in doing so. All right. But, we understand, through the Spirit that whoever perish, being innocent, as it tells us in the book of Job. And also, the scriptures tell us that, the issues of death belongeth unto the Lord, all right, unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. So, the Lord is the Father of spirits, and the Lord has allowed, Esau, Edom, has allowed, the wicked, beginning, with their elites, to carry out, this wicked work. All right. This is all through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai. So the Lord gave, permission, all right, gave right, to Esau, Edom, who is actually, the sword of Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai, to actually accomplish, this wicked work on the left-hand side. All right. And that's the greater, understanding, concerning, the power of Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, the powers that we serve. All right. Now, without further delay, I'm gonna play, this 2-minute excerpt, from a longer interview that was conducted. And, Lord willing, we'll get a few scriptures and then close out. Like I said, this is not going to be, a long video. I just want to, really hit the point and, on to the next one. All right. So
we are so far, globally, we are so far above the population and the consumption levels which can be supported by this planet that I know in one way or another it's going to come back down. So I don't hope to avoid that. I hope that it can occur in a civil way, and I mean civil in a special way, peaceful. Peace doesn't mean.
Now, what's really sinister, about this part of the interview is that he's literally talking about ways in which people can be, offed, taken off, the map, so to speak, sent back to the spirit world. But he's doing it with very, choice words, okay? So the average, person, that comes across, this interview or that is watching him, in an audience setting is going to be none the wiser to his true intent and what he's really saying, all right? Because his whole, goal and his intent is to push, depopulation, okay? And, as we know, one of the key ways in which this was done was by the vaccines, all right? That's how they took out, a large abundance of people from the earth and are still taking out, a large abundance of people upon the earth by using these vaccines, okay? And many people, fell victim to those vaccines, all right? Now, I remember, early reports, there were some people that took that vaccine and after 2 hours, it was a wrap, okay? But it all depends upon the person. It all depends upon, your system, your immune system, okay? So on and so forth. All right, some people it took weeks, some months, and some even, a few years. But eventually, it's going to get you because that's what it was designed to do, okay? It's a BI, weapon, okay? Now, right quick, let me get, Psalms 55 and verse 21. Because like I said, he's saying, a lot of things in that, short space of time, which is really, when you decode what he's saying, he's talking about taking people out and possible methods in which that it can be done, all right? But he's saying it in a way, all right, where, if you're not, if you don't know what to look out for and you don't understand the agenda, it's going to go over your head, all right? And a lot of these things do go over people's heads, but at the same time, people are waking up, to the wicked, and they're waking up to what's really going on in the earth, all right? So this is Psalms chapter 55 and verse 21, and it reads, "The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart," okay? And this is a good example of the words of his mouth being smoother than butter, because they're coming, in the guise, in the deception of, trying to save the earth and trying to help the people, okay? But really, there's drawn swords. Really, there's a deeper, there's a darker and a more, satanic agenda, undertone that really, is what they're trying to push and accomplish, all right? So the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart, all right? So war is really in their mind, okay? Taking people out is really in their mind. Depopulation is really in their mind, okay? Control, full control is really in their mind, all right? His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords, all right? And in the NLT, it says, his words are as smooth as butter, but in his heart is war. His words are as soothing as lotion, but underneath are daggers, all right? And that's the nature of Esau Edom, is to come humble, is to come in the pretense of peace, okay? But he's really, harboring hate and trying to push murder and push wickedness ultimately. All right. And let's get right quick John chapter 10 and verse 10, because this is what the wicked are all about, man. Now this is John chapter 10 and 10, and it reads, "The thief cometh not but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. I come that they might have life, and that they might have it more abundantly." All right. So concerning, the wicked, beginning with the elites, all right, they have come, to steal and to kill and to destroy. All right. That is what they were made to do. And that's why it tells us in the book of Romans that they are, vessels of wrath that are fitted to destruction. Okay. That's, the main, job of Esau Edom, beginning with the elites, is to steal, is to kill, and to destroy. That's their prime occupation upon the earth. That's their purpose. That's why they were created. All right, they were set up as an example of wickedness. Okay, now let's go back to the video.
That everybody's happy, but it means that conflict isn't solved through violence, through force, but rather in other ways. And so that's what I hope for. That we can, the planet.
And they always, they have them key words that they use, peace, non-violence, so on and so forth. But they really, represent violence and, bloodshed. Okay. They actually represent that. So that's why they use those key words, as a deterrent. But they, when you're watching these things and you're illuminated, with the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, you understand, what's really going on. And you understand why he's picking, particular words as a deterrent, okay? Because you got people that really believe in these guys, man. Okay? You got people that really believe that they're trying to save the planet. You got people that really believe in all of these agendas that they're pushing. Okay? But that's the simple.
Can support something like 1 billion people. Maybe.
Now, who are you to put a number on how many individuals that you believe, can fit upon the planet Earth? Okay? Who is Esau Edom, all right, to tell anyone, how many people can dwell upon the earth? That's up to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Okay? That's not for Esau, all right, an Edomite, to come and declare how many people, can be upon the earth, or, tell you when the earth is overpopulated or underpopulated. Okay? That is all, in the hands of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, man. But that just shows you this man does not regard the Lord at all. Okay? That's why the scriptures say, the Most High is not in his thoughts. All right? Let me see if I can find that right quick, roughly paraphrasing. All right? The Lord don't, regard what's written. Sorry, Esau Edom does not regard what's written in the Holy Scriptures, man, concerning, the intents of the Lord and his will. Okay? He just doesn't, all right? Because he's not of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, all right? He's of Satan. Okay? Now let me see if I can find this right quick. All right, here it is. For Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. This is Psalms chapter 10 and verse 4, and it reads, "The wicked, through the pride of his countenance, will not seek after the Most High." Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is not in all his thoughts. All right. So the wicked, through the pride of his countenance, and we understand and we know that, Esau Edom, is a prideful, all right, nation. Okay. And it says, the pride of his countenance will not seek after Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, and Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai is not in all his thoughts. All right. So again, this devil doesn't regard the Lord. Okay. He doesn't regard, the order that Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai has set up upon the earth. Okay. Here it is, you have, Esau with all of these plans and things that he wants to do that goes against the Holy Scriptures. All right. But he ain't thinking, is this wrong? All right. Is the Lord, pleased with me doing this? Okay. Is this in line, with what's written in the Holy Scriptures? He ain't thinking of none of that. He's just doing things according to his own will. Okay. According to his own evil ways, man. All right. But still trying to come across like he's a savior. And that's why the scriptures say, even Satan, is able to transform himself into an angel of light, roughly paraphrasing. Okay. And that's exactly, Esau has done, throughout his rulership. All right. Is transformed himself into an angel of light, even though, violence covereth him as a garment, like it tells us in the book of Psalm 73. All right.
2 billion, depending on how much liberty and how much material consumption you want to.
All right, let's go back. That's an important point.
That's what I hope for. That we can, the planet can support something like 1 billion people, maybe 2 billion, depending on how much liberty and how much material consumption you want to have.
So he said, depending on how much liberty and how much consumption that you want to have. So right there, they're telling you, all right, that the more liberty you want, okay, the more people that are going to have to diminish and get taken out from off of the earth, man. Okay? Which is really nonsense anyway, because we already know, from the Georgia Guidestones that they said they want to maintain humanity under 500 million people, all right, which would mean that 7.5 billion people would have to go. So that's what they're really, trying to push. That's what they're really, trying to accomplish, man. All right, is getting rid of a large mass majority of the people, all right, upon the earth, man. Okay, so it'll be easier to control the people, and that's what the MOTB is all about. All right, it's all about control.
Liberty and more consumption, you have to have fewer people. And conversely, you can have more people. We could even have 8 or 9 billion probably if we have a very strong dictatorship, which is smart. It's unfortunately, you never
see. So this is what they're pushing. All right, they're pushing, the vibration of full control of the people. All right, if you want this, then this is the sacrifice that has to be done. If you want that, then this is going to have to happen. All right, but who is Esau Edom, all right, to call these shots, okay, to make these decisions, to put these proposals out there, man, all right, that just shows you that he thinks of himself as a power, all right, as the Most High, like it tells us in the book of Thessalonians, 2 Thessalonians, man, okay, he's regarding himself as the Most High. That's why he's talking so proudly, and that's why it tells us in the book of Obadiah, the pride of thine heart have deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock. That's talking about Esau Edom. All right?
Or have smart dictatorships. They're always stupid. But if you had a smart dictatorship and a low standard of living, you can have it. But we want to have freedom and we want to have a high sentence. So we're going to have 1 billion people. And we're now at 7. So we have to get back down. I hope that this can...
So you heard what you said. All right, we have to have 1 billion people. We're now at 7, so we have to get back down. So where do those people magically disappear from? All right, through pandemics. All right, through engineered hits. Okay, so this is what the wicked are doing, man. All right, they're taking people out. Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Okay, so this is what the wicked elite are doing. They are taking people out, man. All right. So I'm going to cut it off there. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. And until the next time, Shalom.